to do with that? I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with two dark teeth. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Ready! Green 39!
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And his first pass is incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 4 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Ready! Blue 45! Blue 45!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens...
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
3 down. Set. 180. Tight dog. Jump. Keep it rolling.
second down, Mariota. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it running right. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's Barkley. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this is...
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Ready, green 90, green 90.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes being chased out left. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Going deep for Diggs. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. But not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
And again, it's Mahomes. Drops it underneath to Thomas. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Left. Ready. Green 39. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Left.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Chargers. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Mariota eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 2nd down a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
A handoff to Barkley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, Dustin Colquitt to punt for KC. This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas with a return of 102 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. extra point up and through. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Mariota flushed out right. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On play action, Mariota flush to his right. He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. To throw Mariota. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Coming, double up. Easy, 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 easy. One.
First down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Play fake. Mariota. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They go play action. Mariota. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 18. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Let's go. One.
Following the interception here, Mariota buying time to his left. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Set, blue lane. One.
Now Mariota. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Chargers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
That boy's got 4 down.
Mariota. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Henry. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Mariota. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Four down, check. Four down.
Ready? Line, game,
Again, it's Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Back.
Easy. One.
Third and long here for Mariota. And it's complete. Henry. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, L.A. Hunter Henry, 79 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game film and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Mahomes now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. And his pass incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Conley's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to go deep, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Butker now to kick this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Set! Blue 18!
Like two. Watch two.
Blue 18!
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Second down, Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll go to Barkley again, and he's got room. He finds an opening past the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey. 4 down.
A first down throw for Mariota. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He dumps it off to Barkley. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Let's go.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Off the play fake, Mariota throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
Again, it's Mariota. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Justin Houston. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Chargers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Set. Wide.
Kill.
Easy.
Double dog. That's the way.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Chargers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And now here comes Kansas City. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Escaping the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. They find some open field here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there.
Let's go.
Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's complete to Diggs. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
3 down. 3 down. Alert flare. Alert flare.
Easy, 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 easy. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Check 15. Check 15.
Now Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Easy, 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 easy.
Hey.
Now it's Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Mike 19. Mike 19.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
On the run, it's Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
The toss out to Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Easy, 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 easy.
Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
And they'll run for it with Barkley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to hold serve. The defense stops them.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think they were what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Ace. Z. So.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Gets past one man. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Whip. Watch the whip.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Southern California.